Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time for the long-awaited office tour. I have been teasing, promising this for so many years now. I actually have never done a tour of this office inside this house that we bought over 6 years ago. The last time I did an office tour was in 2013, and that was actually in our old 2-bedroom apartment that we rented out for an entire year. And I just cannot believe it has taken me this time to do this video for you guys, but it is better late than never, so it's going to be a long one, so hopefully you guys enjoy the video. This video is proudly sponsored by Elgato. Check out the link below to enter a contest to win a creator starter kit featuring an Elgato HD60S capture card as well as an Elgato Wave 3 microphone. Everything that you need to stream and record flawlessly. Alright, so this is what you first see when you walk into my office. As you can probably tell, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on in this office right now. So first off, let me preface by saying I do not have the cleanest setup in the world, but I have to say that anytime I see those videos online of people with like their super streamlined setups and super minimalistic and there's no wires anywhere, I honestly just think to myself, no actual work gets done there because it's not possible. You need stuff, just stuff, to actually be able to do your job properly. I think what we're gonna do is start on the left-hand side. If you guys have watched any of my unboxings and reviews in the past, you probably recognize this shot. This is the area to the left of my desk where I do all those types of things. We have a key light right there, a key light air just for some extra lighting in case I need to do some product shots. Then we have some cool collectibles in the background. Let's just go through this really quickly. So we have some Mass Effect guns made by Triforce. I don't even know if Triforce is still in business or not, but they made some really good stuff in the past. I have a couple of their Mass Effect guns. I think I have some more stuff in the basement, but that'll be for another video. Then we have some Destiny figures. When I really was into Destiny, those were really cool in the back, but not so much into Destiny these days. The Dishonored Collector's Edition. Then we have some metal build Gundams. So building Gundams is a great hobby, but I do not have the skill, the time, or the knowledge to do them to the level that I actually do prefer to have them. So in that case, they do offer these metal build ones that are basically pre-assembled, pre-colored. You just have to kind of snap them together and they look fantastic. They look great, and that's basically all I needed. So we have a Strike Freedom and then a Destiny one in the back right beside it, flanking them, flanking the Seto Kaiba as well as the Dark Magician. In the middle, sliding down, we have a White Ranger Saber, just cuz. And then we have some figures from our friends over at Bandai. And this is the limited edition Naruto and Sasuke Clash statue that was available for a while now. Taking a side view of the desk, we have a reflective panel just to reflect some of the lighting, so I get more central lighting in the shot. And then this desk right here is fairly large, and maybe I shouldn't have got a desk this big, but it is what it is. It's actually a up desk, so it can go up and down. So instead of having to micro adjust my camera with the tripod and everything, I can very easily just change the height and the height of the desk. It makes shooting things a lot easier. Beside the unboxing table, we have an open cabinet of some of my favorite collector's editions that have come out in the past. I was actually thinking that maybe I should do like my top collector's editions of all time. That would make for a pretty cool video. A lot of them actually are still right here. So we have the Halo 3 collector's edition sitting on top beside just a random Master Chief action figure for some reason, just right there. Then we have Gears of War. I think this is the Gears of War 2 collector's edition, which was really cool and highly detailed. We have the Mortal Kombat Scorpion mask. I think that was sent to us by good friends over at Warner Brothers. Behind that, we actually have like an artist's rendition of this. So this is when the Xbox One X came out, they actually invited us to an event, and those levels in the background, those wavelengths, those are wavelength readings of my brain when I was playing the Xbox One X, which was really fun and really cool. So pretty personal, my actual brain waves, which is fun. Then we have the Thundersaurus from Horizon Zero Dawn. This was an anniversary gift sent to me or bought to me by, sent to me, imagine someone sent this to me. Tara bought this for me for, I can't remember if it was my birthday or anniversary, but yeah. So it's one of the coolest things ever. Look at the detail on this thing. It's fantastic, it's great. Then once again, this is the Metal Gear Ryzen Collector's Edition. It is a lamp centered with the sword from the game. Still one of the coolest collector editions that have come out, which is why it's still out. It's set to automatically turn on at a specific time during the day because I have hooked up to a timer. Behind that is actually an Alexa branded with Assassin's Creed that Ubisoft sent me. I do not have it hooked up right now because when I'm on Discord talking to people, when they found out that I had an Alexa, they like to straight troll me by asking my Alexa questions, and it just got really annoying, so I unplugged it, but it still chills there just because it looks pretty cool. Some Mortal Kombat certificate of authenticity. Below that is Mortal Kombat hourglass. This was a recent, I think I got it at an event last year, and for some reason I'm like entranced at looking at hourglasses. There's just something really soothing about watching them. So yeah, it's out there just cause. I don't know if this made it into the last setup video because it was in 2013, but I've had it since then. This is a resin statue that I ordered from China that was custom painted by a person. It somehow made the trip all the way here. If the Dragon Ball Z fans know, this is the final battle between Gohan and Cell. It's one of the most highly detailed statues that I own. It's one of my favorites as well. So it's probably gonna stay out here forever just because I love it so much. It was expensive, it was very heavy, but it was well worth every penny that I paid for it. Underneath everything is basically just some work stuff that I use, just scanners, thermal printers, a box of just random audio, video accessories, cameras, microphones, batteries, all those types of things. All right, so if you guys watch any of my live streams or my latest news videos today, this shot should also be familiar. This is the other side of the office. We have some video game artwork right here. I love video game artwork. I actually could probably do a video on all the video game artwork that I have scattered throughout my entire home, but this one's kind of it's not the detailed one, but it makes me smile every time I look at it. It's so good. Anyways, we got Assassin's Creed, we got Halo, then we actually have another display cabinet on top of it. We have a Gundam figure. This is another metal build Gundam. This is the 00 Riser, but full disclosure, this one's a counterfeit because the real one is like $500 and I just could not do it. So I bought the counterfeit one. It looks just as good and it still brings a smile to my face. I just could not shell the $500 for the full version licensed one just because I think it was the full version. The real one was like a limited edition, so there were that many. There weren't a lot of them, and the people who selling them were asking ridiculous pricing for it. So I just bought like the counterfeit one, which still looks great. We have the Fallout 4 Pip-Boy, a Pokeball. We have the Assassin's Creed Odyssey dagger going right through the Pip-Boy. This was attached to the spider's web. We have a little sushi plushie, Crash Bandicoot in the background, a microphone, the White Ranger Zord. The display cabinet, we have some graded Pokemon cards. So I'm really into Pokemon card collecting, or I was for a while there. These are just some random cards I decided to display. I often rotate these cards out every so often. This is just what I have right now. We have some legendary birds. We have some Gold Star legendary dogs, and they're both all in Japanese first editions, PSA 10, just because I was generally trying to collect those types of grades. And then we have some Dragon Ball pins. Moving downwards, we have some Green Ranger paraphernalia. Tara bought me the helmet off eBay 1 year for my birthday. Then we have the Dragon Zord as well as the Morpher. In the back, we have the Dragon Dagger as well. And then underneath that, we actually have something really cool. So beside the Dragon Ball figures, we actually have a Green Lantern special edition lamp. So it comes with this ring right here, and when you take the ring and you place it in the center area, the center area actually might be dead. I haven't used this for a while, so I think the batteries are on the way out, but as you can see, once you place the ring on top of the lantern actually lights up, which is really cool, which is actually awesome. Then we have, underneath that, we have the Halo Reach Collector's Edition. Still, once again, one of the best collector's editions that have ever come out, which is why it's still out on my shelves. And beside that, I don't know if you guys can see, it's a DVD set of Batman, the animated series. Still one of the best, the pinnacle of cinematography. All right, let's move on. So we have a random green screen right there that I sometimes use and set up anytime I want to hide the background, just in case things are a little bit too messy. A green screen that you can unfold really quickly is very handy to have, which is why it's there. So moving into this central area, we have some figures right here. So once again, more Pokemon stuff. We have some Eevee plushies with inside their hoods of their evolved forms. I don't know if you guys can tell this. If you look very closely, you can see that this Jolteon Eevee isn't as fluffy as the other ones. And the reason why is I didn't know this at the time, but this one actually ended up being a counterfeit one that I paid full price for, which was kind of a ripoff. I probably should have clued in when it didn't have the official Pokemon Center tag like these ones do. So I probably will have to replace this at some point because I do want an official one, but it is what it is at this time. We have a Borderlands loot chest that came out during the Borderlands 2 phase. I think the only thing that's in there right now is extra controllers and extra wires. So mostly use it just for display purposes and to store some stuff that I don't know where to put. We have a Fallout helmet. I think this was sent to me during the release of Fallout 76 by our good friends at Bethesda. Before this, I think there was a Titanfall helmet there. I actually think this is a Titanfall stand. Yeah, it is a Titanfall stand. It's basically this, it was almost the exact same helmet, so it worked out well. So Fallout's cooler than Titanfall, so that's why that's there. We have some more stuff in the bottom here. This was made by, Tara bought me this chest off Etsy. The person who made it doesn't do them anymore, so I can't give you the link to their Etsy store. So it's just a chest with some Pokemon branding as well as some other franchises. It has my logo as well as my name on the top of it. If you're curious what's on the inside, I'll show you that in a second, but we also have some more plushies. This was sent to me by a fan. This was sent to me by Penny. She's very nice and sent me this. If you guys ever want to send me things or you want to send me mail, fan mail, the link to the address will be in the description. Then there's also this Turtwig plushie I actually got from Japan. I'd had a layover in Japan. This one time there was like a Pokemon store inside the airport, so I decided to pick this up. Inside the chest, there's nothing too exciting. It's screen protectors. It's screen protectors for various phones as well as switches and anything basically that has a screen. So nothing too exciting right there. We have some Pokemon cards, some loose Pokemon cards inside here. This box right here, this is actually a watch winder. So I have a bunch of automatic watches. So anytime I have a watch, it's mostly just for display purposes. Both of these cabinets, the red one as well as the glass one, you can pick up from IKEA. So the rest of the cabinets, mostly just stuff for the office, staplers, scissors, tissue paper, laminator. Okay, moving on to the left side, we have some Destiny artwork. We have a TV. This TV was actually used to be in my unboxing videos, then I decided to move it. I mainly use it to watch hockey now during the hockey season, so that's why it's there. I just turn my chair around and watch the hockey game. There is a microfiber cloth because, as you can imagine, this office creates a ridiculous amount of dust, so having a microfiber cloth on hand is very handy. We also have my university degree. I never ended up using my degree for any sort of reason. You have a Destiny engram, a green. I don't know where the yellow one went. I had a yellow one at one point, but I have no idea what I want, to be honest with you. Then we also had these custom cards that we got made for the dogs. I think this was a birthday present for one of my friends last year. They're custom portraits of our 2 dogs. So printed on a Pokemon card background with custom attacks and everything. I think this person's still on Etsy, so if she still has a store, I'll link it to in the description. And if you have pet animals, maybe you want to have those made up for them as well. We have some pop-up vinyls, Vegeta, Frederick Anderson because I'm a hockey fan, Uchiha Sasuke, Itachi, 3D printed octopus that a friend gave us. He has a 3D printer, which is really cool. Then we also have a signed artwork of the original Destiny game by some of the developers. This was one around the time where Destiny 1 came out, so I was really happy to get some signatures from the developers. And as you can see, we also have a very random Galahorn in the background that I ordered from GameStop. I just find it, to this day, I find it so ridiculous that they thought that they had to put the orange safety ring on top of it to make it look like that it's not a real rocket launcher, because just cuz. I should really spray paint that black at some point. But anyways, then to the left of that we have a dual disc. I really wanted one of these when I was younger, and my parents would not buy it for me just because it was so ridiculous looking. They probably didn't understand it, but I still wanted it, never got one. And then I ordered this one off eBay a year ago. So it wasn't too expensive, it's just a fun thing to have. We have Dark Magician and a Dark Magician girl chilling right there. On the desk end, we have some knickknacks. So we have a couple microphones on the right-hand side, the old microphones that I used to use. We have a Haro Piggy Bank. It's full right now. It actually does not accept any more money. I should probably empty it out at some point. There is a custom built, well, not custom, but this was a sparrow from Destiny that Tara built. It's a wooden sparrow. It took her like 5 or 6 hours to build. It was super work intensive. It was a labor of love. It was ridiculous. Then we have I think this is a 2013 MacBook Pro. I just have never had a reason to upgrade it. It still renders 1080p footage very well. I don't generally render 4K footage on the go, so I don't feel the need to upgrade it at any point. So it is what it is. It's standing on a stand that it's like an aluminum stand with the power cord directly underneath it. Just really quickly, so basically everything that you're gonna see on my desk here, if it's still for sale and you can still pick it up, I'm gonna set up like an Amazon store with affiliate links. You can check it out. Anything that I buy, I fully endorse and fully use. We have a watch box where I keep all my watches. And then beside that is another Mario tin box. That's where I keep all my watch straps, because I try to change out the straps fairly frequently just to coordinate. Then we have some more cards right here. I think these are cards that I'm about to send to PSA for grading. Then just some notebooks anytime I need to make notes of anything. And then we have, I think every desk needs this. This is just a bucket that I keep for all my odds and ends, just so it kind of keeps the mess contained. Stuff that I don't really have a spot for: keys, lip balm, cleaning cloths, hand lotion, my wallet, beer, wine opener, more watch straps. Is just, yeah, I think try to keep everything contained is the name of this box. We have this power cube right here, which I absolutely love. I think every desk needs one of these. It's a power cube that gives you USB ports as well as outlets. You can put it on top of your desk and gives you basically an outlet at any point. Sometimes you just need to like hook up something really quickly or charge something really quickly, and having that on hand is very useful. Some PlayStation controllers with a charging stand, as well as the back button attachment, computer speakers. And let's move on to the other side. To the left of the desk, we have a custom drawn artwork that Tara made for me when we first started dating. I think this was like my first birthday present or anniversary present that she made me. These 4 games were some of the first Let's Plays that I ever did on the channel that were somewhat successful. So it was kind of like to commemorate that. She drew this, she did a great job of it. Then to the right of that is a link to the past kind of pseudo artwork slash display. Funny enough, this is like a dummy cartridge. It's actually not the game, but it frames it very well. And it's just Link to the Past is one of my favorite games of all time. So a friend got me this for my birthday 1 year. And then we have some controllers just hanging here. The company that made this stand right here is no longer in business, and I have not been able to ever find a controller stand as good as this one. I really wish they still made them, but they don't. So it holds all my controllers. There's 2 Xbox Elite controllers, Switch controllers, as well as a pair of headphones. I really hope that the Elite controller is going to be compatible with the Xbox Series X, because it's still, by far in my opinion, the best controller in the world today in terms of build quality and all the button attachments and customizations that you guys can do with it. So I'm hoping that's going to be compatible with the Xbox Series X. So funny story, this window originally when we bought the house didn't actually exist. I had this put in a couple of years ago just because I wanted a little bit more extra natural lighting inside the room. But it still wasn't enough. I actually still had to use these key lights in the background, but natural light just makes it feel less dungeony. So it still helped, even though it didn't provide as much sunlight as I had hoped for, probably because all the trees in the background. Then we have my gold and silver YouTube play button. Then we have some more video games that I played in the earlier stages of the channel. All right, let's move into the central hub area. So this is probably the section that you guys have come for. This is the PC setup. So first things first, let's talk about the chair because it's kind of obstructing the viewpoint. So let's talk about it to get it out of the way. So this is a Herman Miller chair that I bought several years ago. I still enjoy it to this day. Before this, I did use a DX Racer, which was the biggest waste of money that I have ever spent in my life. Never ever buy racing gaming themed chairs. I admit they look very cool and they're okay when you first use them, but over time you'll find out very quickly that they're the most uncomfortable chairs that you will ever sit in for prolonged periods of time. Okay, let's talk about the PC now. So the PC is basically the workhorse of the channel. All the videos that you guys watch is rendered on this PC right here. It's not outdated, but it's not the newest and greatest stuff in the world. It's 2.5 years old. If you want the full specs of it, you can find them in the description. For real this time, I'm not lying to you guys. They will actually be in the description. I get a lot of flack because I say that a lot and it's not actually in the description. But anyways, so quick specs, it's a 7980 XE as well as a GTX 1080 Ti with all the fancy RGB lighting that you could ask for. So probably going to be upgrading fairly soon, but once again, that will be for another video. So moving on to the right, we have the bundle of wires. That's why you guys came here for. You guys came to see this mess of wires that's underneath my desk. So it is what it is, man. You have so many things hooked up. You have keyboards, monitors, lights, systems, modems. This is what it all culminates and looks like at the very end of it. So we have a PlayStation 4 Pro on the left-hand side. Beside that, we have an Xbox One X. Then we have a foot stand that's really helpful to take a little bit of a load off my lower back. Once again, all this stuff will be in the description. Behind that, those 2 blocks on the very back is a subwoofer for the speakers. And then in front of that, we actually also have a backup battery. So if the house ever loses power, that battery backup kicks in really quickly, and it gives me about 5 or so minutes to save everything, back up all everything before everything turns off permanently. So it's really handy to have. Then to the right of that, we have another one of those power cubes that I have directly underneath the desk. Anytime I just need an outlet really quickly. Then we have the central controller for the computer speakers. All right, so let's move on to the main desk area. This is probably what you guys are most excited for. So this is everything that I use to make videos for you guys. So the headphones, I use a pair of Sennheiser HD 700s. This model is actually discontinued now. So I've been kind of trying to keep it alive with third-party aftermarket accessories. So the the wires got outdated and they got bent, so I had to upgrade those, as well as I've been trying to find replacements for the padding as well. They've been a little bit harder to find, but because everything has been discontinued, but I still love them. They are some of the best headphones that I have ever used in my entire life. Super comfortable, and the audio quality is almost second to none. They are sitting on top of Astro aluminum stand, just cause. Then the microphone that I use is an Elgato Wave 3. I've been using this microphone for several months now. Absolutely love it. The quick mute function and everything is super handy. And then it's attached to a Rode PSA-1 mic arm, which I use so I can quickly bring the microphone closer to my face and then very quickly push it off to the side. And then this little guy is super cute. This is a crochet Yoda that Tara made me in commemoration of The Mandalorian Season 1. I'm super excited for Season 2. Cannot wait for it to come out. I'm probably going to have to resubscribe to Disney+. He's sitting on top of a 4K 60S Plus that I'm actually in the process of reviewing right now. I did my entire Ghost of Tsushima walkthrough with this device without any issues. It's great. Like I said, a review for it is coming very quickly. I'm not using it right now to record my gameplays because I actually have an internal capture card inside of my PC. I'm using the second version of the 4K 60S. So this still sits on my desk though. I use it every day because I use it to record my Pokemon Go Battle League videos so I can watch my battles against other people again to see the mistakes that I made, and I just quickly plug it into my cell phone. It allows me to watch those videos over again, which is super handy. And then beside that is another capture card. This is an Atomos Ninja Inferno. I actually don't think they actually make it anymore, but I primarily use it to capture footage. So what I do is I split the footage that comes from the consoles. So one feed goes into my computer, which is generally the footage that I use. I use this one mainly just in case the file gets corrupted or I lose power or my computer blue screens for some odd reason. It's just basically functions as a backup footage because I'm in the market of making Let's Plays for you guys, and there's really no excusable reason to lose footage anymore with the amount of technology that is available to you guys today. So it records directly to some SSDs that I have here, but mainly, like I said, it's just used for backup footage. And then we have another metal build Gundam. This one is actually a real one. This one is not a counterfeit one, so it's a real one. It's not counterfeit, I promise. And then we have a Stream Deck. I don't stream that much, so it's not plugged in right now. So then I think I needed the USB port on my PC for something else. So it's there, but it's just not plugged in at the moment. And then we have a Nintendo Switch just chilling right there, so I can quickly bring in and out of handheld mode if I ever want to play it in handheld mode. And then let's get to the desk, because the desk is probably what you guys are also wanting to see. So the monitors, the monitor on the left is the monitor that I use when I want to record PC footage. This is a PB27UQ, I think. I don't know the exact serial numbers, but it's a 144 hertz monitor that allows 27 inches and 1440p. I generally record all my PC footage in here just because I like to play my PC games in higher frame rates, and it makes things on the video editing side a little bit easier. The central monitor is a fairly inexpensive 4K monitor. It's a non-HDR 4K monitor that I use to feed footage from my Xbox One as well as my PlayStation 4. I think this is the MG27UQ. It supports HDMI 2.0, which is basically all that I need. I don't remember the exact code of this one. I think it's just a standard 27-inch Pro Art monitor. Nothing too special about it. On top of that, we have two key lights because lighting. I've been doing a lot more vlogs as of late, and as well as news videos. And in this corner of the room, as I told you guys earlier, I don't get enough lighting. So these key lights are they're so good and so invaluable. I can quickly, from the touch of my desk, without having to actually physically turn them on or off, I can turn, if I go to my desktop, I can just touch that and they turn off very quickly. All right, the central monitor. This is really important, some exciting stuff right here. So first off, we have a Bulbasaur Air Plant, which is real fun. I have an air plant right here for this back. This is like my third one because I keep killing them. I didn't realize that you actually have to water an air plant, so I now know that now. So this one hopefully will not die. We have a felted Charmander that one of my friends made me. This is another Charmander that Penny sent me from Japan. And then we have a Bonsai Tree, much like the air plant. This is my third Bonsai Tree, which I'm going to try very desperately hard to try not to kill. I'm gonna try my hardest, but there's no guarantees and no promises. This is a wool Yoshi. You can just straight up buy these from a store. They're just super cute. Some pens, because this is an actual desk. Work has to get done here. We're not one of those super streamlined people. We have a wireless charger for my cell phone right there, made by Anchor. I like it a lot. Just place your phone on top of there really quickly. I would show you guys that right now, but I'm actually recording this video on my iPhone. So yeah. And then we have the central monitor area. So as you can probably tell, it's sitting on this riser. This is actually a desk attachment. I think this is made by a company called Veridesk. I bought it late last year. It basically allows me to, if I'm getting tired of sitting or my back's killing me, I can quickly just rise or raise the desk via these two handles on the side of it and just quickly make it go higher or lower depending on my height preference. It's really handy. Sitting all day is not good for you at all. So sometimes to change or interchange between sitting and standing is very useful. In terms of a keyboard and mouse, what I use, so I always use Ducky keyboards. This is a Ducky TKL. I forget the exact model, but it came out during the beginning phases of the RGB craze. So as you can probably tell, it has some nice RGB effects. Added a chocobo escape button just because it's cool. This is my favorite mouse ever, all time. The best mouse, I think, in the entire world. This is the Logitech G903. This is the second version of this mouse. This is the Mark II. The main difference is this one is completely wireless now. It has the built-in rechargeable batteries that you can charge wirelessly by placing it on the power mat right here. And what I love about this mouse is, first off, it's ambidextrous. If you are left-handed, you can still use it. But it has the best scroll wheel. The scroll wheel is like butter smooth on this thing. Like, once you try this scroll wheel, this hyper, I think they call it like a hyper scroll wheel or something, all other scroll wheels will feel like garbage to you. It's like life-changing. It's fantastic. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the desk. We have some dog beds, some foot stands. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the setup video. Phew, that was a long video like I told you guys, and hopefully you have stuck around this entire time because I want to give a quick thank you to you guys, because everything that you guys see in this video, everything that the light touches, has been provided by you guys with all your likes, your views, your comments, your subscriptions. That has been all made possible because of you guys. You guys are the reason why I have been able to make this a career of mine of playing video games and posting them on YouTube. And it began 10 years ago, and it began with two things. It began with a capture card and a microphone. That is the foundation of every single YouTube channel out there on the gaming sphere. And I want to give a quick thank you to Elgato for sponsoring this video. Be sure to check out the link below to enter the contest to win the Creator Starter Kit, where they will be giving you everything that you guys need to start up your own streams and your own YouTube channel. Top-notch capture card and basically the microphone that I am using right now. I absolutely love it. It's perfect, everything that I need it to be. And if you guys are interested in any of the other stuff that you guys saw in the video, if it's still available, you can find Amazon affiliate links below for them. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time, all right? As always, have a fantastic day.